Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Sinister Playthroughs. When we last left off, we had defeated the Phantom Ship and its various menaces soundly, with the help of Amelia and a very talented crew of fighters under the command of Prince Ephraim. We now continue on, and land at Tyzel. Chapter 12, Landing at Tyzel, in case that wasn't obvious. Prince Ephraim, we've docked in Tyzel. There's no sign of enemy troops at this time. Understood. Let's move quickly and prepare to go ashore. We've a straight road to the capital from here, but we'll be fighting for every step. Yes, and the fighting will only grow fiercer as we near the capital. Excuse me for just a moment, folks. Sorry, folks, that was my girlfriend calling. I may have to cut this one short, depending. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Continuing on. Who are these people? This is the town, isn't it, Ewan?
Yep, thanks a lot, teacher. This is where Marissa is supposed to be. I have to tell her what's going on or she'll end up working for free.
What happened? I heard there was some mistake, but...
Yeah, the Mercenary Guild got Marissa mixed up with someone else. I don't know where she was supposed to go, but they sent her here instead. I figured I'd better let her know about the mix-up, right? So, what are you gonna do now?
I'm heading back to the village. I've looked near and far, but I haven't been able to locate the Lord Dragon. I must report my findings.
Oh, I see.
I'll be going now. Remember what I told you, Ewan.
I know. Don't be reckless with magic. Jeez, what a wizard old coot. Well, I better get going and find Marissa. That looks like a good place to start asking around.
Wasn't that exciting, folks? I know I'm excited. Ephraim, from the east! That won't do, Seth. I cannot approve of sending reservists to the front lines. But the Grotto army outnumbers our own by a tremendous amount. We have talented soldiers, but that counts for nothing against those numbers. Currently, we have some ready reservists in the rear, protecting our supply convoy. What good is defending our convoy if it comes at the cost of losing the front? We must abandon our rear guard and strengthen the van, or we've already lost. This is enemy territory. We cannot surrender the convoy. But Prince Ephraim... Seth, I know you only want to improve the odds of our success, and I know you make these suggestions in part to protect me from harm. However, I have no intention of changing my mind in this. Mirror?
Oh, pardon me. It's nothing.
Mirror. Prince Ephraim, it's a trap. The city's crawling with Grotto men. We're under attack. Prince Ephraim. All troops prepare to fight. To arms. Alright, folks, I might have to cut this one short and come back in just a little while when I am not about to have my girlfriend come over, and we will continue then. I will see you in just a second. Hello, folks, and welcome back. I apologize sincerely for the interruption. I'm just going to very quickly check and make sure that everyone that I'm going to use has items. I'm not going to use Seth, incidentally. I do kind of want to use Larachel, because I understand that she actually gets to be pretty useful. I have yet to get to a point where she is useful, but I can see it happening. And given that I only have Natasha right now healing, I think it could be pretty handy to have a second healer on board. Let's see, do I have any other healing staves? I do. You get it, Larachel. It is all yours. Have fun. Alright, folks. Let's check the map real fast. Okay. There are a lot of enemies on this map. Oh, look at that. It's an arena. We sure like those, don't we, folks? The answer is yes. Yes, we do. Man, enemies are everywhere. Alright. Here's what I'm thinking, folks. We head up the left side. That is the side where we have the most cover. And where we will have the fewest opportunities, or where, I should say, where we will be giving the enemy the fewest opportunities to come at us and cause problems. Where can these archers reach? Okay. So I basically have one free turn where I can use Tana against that Cavalier. Let's go for it. And let's see. There are a lot of axe wielders over here. So I am going to make sure that I have some swordsmen covering the rear. At present, that means Calm and Franz. Soldiers of Grotto, you call yourselves warriors? You're pathetic. For Fort Rigwald, you lost it. Your General Dussel, a traitor. Where is the honor of the Grotto Imperial Army? It wallows in filth and mud. Is this the ending you envisioned? Is this how you would be remembered? Will you let the bards sing of how you fell to the renegade Ephraim? I think not. Now get up and fight. Kill them all. And bring me Ephraim's head. That's a nice inspirational speech there, don't you think? Inspire that Cavalier to kill himself attacking Tana, at least. Well, here's this shaman going after Tana. Not doing too much, though, and getting javelined to death for his trouble. Ooh, a really good level up for Tana there. Very nice. And down goes Shaman number 2. Tana is just eating these shamans alive.
Hehehe. Kayak. Interesting. What are you doing here? You were ordered to loose your dogs of war on Johanna, were you not?
Keep silent, you decrepit sod. I told you, Johanna's under control. My plan is in full effect. All we need do now is wait. You see, Johanna is an overripe fruit. It's being devoured by worms from within. We can pluck it any time we wish.
Hehehe. Oh, how your plans seem to have gone awry. Even now, Irika makes her way toward Johanna. Your perfect fruit has turned to rot while you did nothing. It's time. You will return to the capital with me.
What? Are you truly serious, you old goat?
Glenn.
No, it's that black-hearted Walter. What's he playing at now?
There's no call for that sort of talk. That one has his uses after all. You can leave the defeat of Ephraim to your subordinates. Oh yes, and you can use the troops I brought with me as well. It will no doubt be an interesting battle. Let's go now, Kayak. You wouldn't want to hurt a certain someone's feelings, would you?
Bah, what else can I do? And now there are monsters everywhere. Oh boy. More of those fiends? What's going on? Their movements. It's as though those creatures are cooperating with Grotto's army. How interesting. It's almost as if there were something in the plot that we already totally knew, but I just felt the need to explain anyway. Alright, let's see, are these... Okay, these are lance wielders, probably. So, these guys are going to get to us before these axe wielders, which means, actually, I should leave Ross behind to do the honors on these guys. And meanwhile, just advance upwards. These guys are going to be a bit of a problem. I don't have enough flying units to deal with them all. I really want to heal Tana. And I also really want to... Oh, I know. Naomi can totally take care of at least one of these guys, so I will have her do that. Oh yeah, look at that, folks. This guy's going down. Goodbye. Archers versus flying units equals awesome. That wasn't really a good equation that I just made there, but whatever. How about this? Archers plus flying units equals awesome. How's that? That's a little more of a mathematical thing, right? Okay, whatever. I'm done. Horse Slayer. You sneaky bastard. I better kill this guy before he gets anywhere near Franz. Good thing Cormag isn't on a horse, tell you that right now. I wonder if Horse Slayer is also effective against Pegasus Knights. It would make sense if it was. Well, I'm also glad I killed him before Tana got down there. I'm glad for a lot of things, folks. Okay, let's see. Natasha, how far can you move? Up to there, gotcha. Okay. She's not that badly hurt, but Tana is not the most hardy of characters. And meanwhile, that's free experience for Natasha, so why not? Meanwhile, we still have one of these guys left to deal with. I'm not too worried at this point, but let's not take any unnecessary risks. Loot, launch ahead up here. Alright, calm, why don't you head over onto the bridge. Ephraim, why don't you head over here. And Ross, you can handle one of these cavaliers on your own. What are you equipped with? An iron axe. Perfect. Just what we need. Man, we're going to have to kill a lot of enemies in this battle, folks. Yeah. Whew. Good job, Naomi. Way to dodge the bullet, so to speak. More of a spear, really, than a bullet, but we won't talk about that. And meanwhile, 18 damage. Pretty solid there, Ross. Pretty solid. I don't think there are any consequences to abandoning your ship in this battle. Like, really, there's no reason not to, given the fact that you're in such a horrible position. on board your ship. You just get attacked from every direction. It just doesn't make any sense to stay on there. Down goes one Cavalier. That leaves one more, who can, unfortunately, reach the rest of our guys, so I'm gonna have to move everyone out of the way so that doesn't happen. Meanwhile, these two fighters are going to advance much more slowly, so I'm not overly concerned about that. We need to make sure to kill this guy sometime before the end of the battle. He drops a short bow, it looks like, and anytime an enemy drops equipment, that is an invitation for me to kill them, because free equipment is awesome. Even if it's bad equipment, it's still awesome, because it's free. You only get so much money, folks. Okay. Time to advance! Let's think about this for a second. What kind of stuff are these guys equipped with? Steel Lance, Lance Reaver. Okay. And a Zanbato, really? These are pretty well-equipped mercenaries, folks. Well, we don't want this Lance Reaver guy getting anywhere near any of our lance-wielding characters. Which means we are going to need to have Calm and Franz up in the front, most likely. I'm going to do a quick save state. And let's continue. You know me, folks. I'm paranoid when I play this game. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen. You know what? I think this is a great opportunity to equip a Horse Slayer. I'm pretty sure Horse Slayer trumps Lance Reaver. I could be wrong. And I just saved state anyway, so if I am wrong, meh, it's fine. Okay. Amelia, why don't you head up over here? Yeah, and Artur, why don't you move up a little bit? Cormag, head up over here. Alright. Very good. Let's see how this turn plays out. Ooh. Youch. Ooh. Down he goes. Interesting, I did not know that Zanbato was good against horsemen. And he's using Lance Reaver against Horse Slayer, but actually, Horse Slayer has the advantage here. And deals a heck of a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Calm and Franz are just taking a ton of damage here. Stupid Lance Reaver, causing problems. Oh, interesting. The short bowman is coming out of his hidey hole. Javelin, huh? Two can play at that game, Mr. Horseman person. Okay. Loot, would you fireball this guy to death for me, please? Thanks. Appreciate that. Okay, Calm, you need to get out of there for a second and heal. Well, actually, let's move Tana. Or maybe not. How do we want to deal with this, folks? This is tricky. Tricky, tricky. Well, this guy's he's on the verge of death. Maybe Artur can take care of him. Oh yes, Artur can totally take care of him. Down he goes, one hit. And that'll give us a little more room to work with. I need Calm down there to deal with these axe wielders. Can Ross hatchet this guy to death? Almost certainly. I'm going to do another save state. Just for the heck of it. And let's see what happens. It occurs to me that Ross could conceivably die here. I'm not entirely sure how he fares against these two fighters. And if that javelin had hit, that would have put him in very real risk of death. Luckily it did not. So that gives us a little more breathing room here. How far can these guys move? Not far enough, that's the answer. Largel, why don't you come down here and heal Ross? Okay. We're looking pretty good here, folks. Amelia, why don't you, 14 with 93, how about this? 17 with 88. Yeah, let's use the Slim Lance, why not? Oh, and it's a critical! Down goes the Moth Doog. That is actually what they're called, I'm not making that up. They're actually called Moth Doog. See? Look, I didn't make it up. There in the bottom left, Moth Doog. Sounds like someone with serious speech difficulties trying to say moth dog, maybe? I don't know what a moth dog is, so don't ask, because I don't know. Natasha's getting close to level 8. Way behind everyone else. Speaking of behind everyone else, Franz, why don't you get to the rear here until I have time to heal you. And that is a lot of mages. I really should have gotten loot up here instead of Amelia, but whatever. It's fine. Let's see, Tana, can you do anything against these guys? Yes. Yes, she can. And this guy can do exactly 0 damage. Not too impressive. That's Tana's pretty impressive magic resistance coming into play there. She has a resistance of 10, which is actually almost as good as Artur's, and as good as Lut's, so good thing I had Tana around. Amelia, on the other hand, actually she has pretty decent magic resistance too. That isn't as bad as I thought by any means. Pretty good. Now, here's a question. What should I do with Cormac? Maybe I'll just move him up here. That's good for now, right? Okay. The Moth Doog takes a bite out of Tana, but Tana is having none of it. Takes him down with a 1-2 stab with the Iron Lance, with a gratuitous critical and a level up. Now that is one flashy combo, folks. Understandably, this mage is going for Amelia, dealing only 2 damage, but his other alternatives were to deal 0 damage, so I don't blame him. Oh dear God! Whew! Thanks for dodging that, Laragel. Almost gave me a heart attack. Okay, this shaman would deal way more damage, but he has an extremely low chance to hit. And true to form, he misses. And the bowman is still coming after us. He really wants to give us that short bow he's carrying. I'm okay with that. Alright, Ross, why don't you go do something useful, like kill these guys? Let's see, Steel Axe, not quite up to it. Killer Axe? Still not quite up to it, although a very high chance of critting there. Yeah, I think the clear choice here is we need to kill one of them, or both if possible. How far can this guy move? Answer, not far enough. Very good. That gives us a turn to work with. Namie, you can totally take down this guy with the hand axe. Go for it. With only a 26% chance to hit, he was unlikely to get a hit on Namie there. And luckily, the numbers worked in our favor. And now it's time to take out the second of these fighters. Down he goes. This guy cannot reach us, which means that Larachel is free to heal as she will. Go ahead and heal Ross again, why don't you? Very nice. Larachel, amazingly, is only level 3. I feel like maybe she needs a trip to the Tower of Valny at some point in the not-too-distant future. We'll have to see, folks. How should we play this one? Artur is a clear choice to use against this dark magic-wielding soldier. He has only an 11% chance to hit. He will not deal much damage, and meanwhile Artur will massacre this guy. I think the choice is clear. Oh, he's not even going to give him a chance at his 11% hit. He goes down with a crit in the first attack. Very, very good. Loot. Why don't you soften this guy up for us? She just got hit straight on with a fireball and took no damage. That is how awesome loot is. A fire broke. Aww. Oh, that's so sad. That poor fire. It broke. I've never even heard of a fire breaking, but it did, which is weird and strange and kind of sad. Natasha's leveling up now. Pretty decent level up there. No complaints from me. And goodness knows she needs it. So let's see. Now you might be wondering why I'm so preoccupied with the levelings up. Is that a word? Can I say that? The levelings up? Well, whatever. Why I'm so preoccupied about the manner in which my healer levels up when her stats almost don't matter at all. And the answer is, once you promote your healers, they can become units that actually do engage in combat, and they become pretty useful at that point. My strong suggestion is do not entirely ignore your healers. Man, another critical hit, this one out of Amelia. Taking down the mage and leveling her up in the process. Boost to hit points and strength, and aw, a slim lance broke. It's so sad. A single tear rolls down my cheek. Now, I could send Cormag up there with Tana, but I don't think he can move far enough to avoid the archers. And just as bad, I'm pretty sure that wyverns are weak to magic. What is his resistance? 2! Way, way worse than Tana's. So we are going to keep him pretty far away from the front lines there. And that is it for that turn. We're advancing slowly but surely, keeping safe. That's the important thing. Oh dear God, 18 damage. I am so glad that missed. Very impressive showing there, Artur. I am quite pleased. Hellfire, huh? I am the god of Hellfire! Oh, down goes that mage. Tana is getting pretty efficient at slaughtering magi, I have to say. Well, the archers are finally coming out of the woodwork, it looks like. So this guy is actually using his short bow. So ideally, we want to kill him without him getting any uses out of it. Ross can get us most of the way there. And Naomi can probably finish the job, which will be ideal because then the short bow will drop right into her inventory. Down he goes. And the short bow is ours. That poor bastard didn't even get to get off an attack on us. Okay, continuing on. Artur, why don't you take down this second giant spider? I feel like it probably isn't actually called a giant spider, it probably has some name like Mouth Spooter or something stupid. But you know what? I'm just gonna call it a giant spider, because that's what it clearly is. I mean, just look at it. Giant... well, you can't look at it because it's dead, but imagine, in your mind's eye, what it looked like a second ago before I killed it. That was clearly a spider. That's all I'm saying. Calm's level 14. Amelia's still level 11, but frankly better than most of my units at this point. He's level 16. Pretty impressive. Cormag, only level 11. Let's think about this for a second. Yeah, there's a safe spot for you there. Go for it, Cormag. Eat this archer alive. Down he goes. Okay. Pretty good, folks. Pretty good. Tana, I'm gonna send you up over here. And hopefully you'll be able to visit that village at some point. Let's see. Franz. Franz could use some more healing, actually. Let's move everyone up. Loot, you hang out there. You will be good for countering that archer. Ephraim, we'll move you up here. Calm, we'll move you up here. Amelia, head over here. Franz, you head over here. Natasha, you head over here. Heal Franz. La-di-da. And into the enemy turn. Loot dodges the attack and counters with a 21 damage fireball. Holy crap. Then follows it up with a second one to roast that poor bowman alive. That is the end of him. Incidentally, folks, does she look familiar? She should look familiar. That is Marissa. She is a Myrmidon. She's sort of like Joshua, who you may very briefly remember from the last battle we were in with an arena. I accidentally killed him because I screwed up. I am not going to screw up with her. And if I do screw up, I'll reload. But, at least in theory, I'm not going to screw up with her. Ooh, that's nasty. It's a poisonous lance on that guy. Anyway, point is, she's good. I'm going to get her. Gonna try not to kill her. The end.
Hello, my name's Ewan. I'm training to be a sage. I need to find a woman by the name of Marissa. I don't know where she's gone. If you help me find her, I'll gladly travel with you. I'm a useful guy to know. In a pinch, I can use magic I've learned so far. So what do you say? Do we have a deal? I didn't say yes. Why did you join me? I hate you. Stupid Ewan. Okay, so look at Ewan. He's a level 1 pupil. If that tells you anything. He is basically kind of like the mage version of Ross and Amelia. People swear this guy is great. Personally, I really like Lute and Artur, and I'm not convinced that this guy's worth my time. Not gonna lie. I might use him anyway just to see if maybe he does turn out to be that awesome, but I mean, it's hard to imagine that they would put that many awesome mages in one game. Like, one of them has to be not that good, right? It just doesn't make any sense for them all to be mind-blowingly awesome. I'm just saying, folks. So, I guess we'll have to see. Have to see how it goes. Ross, we need you up top, buddy. Time to start moving your way on over there. Because we don't have any good candidates for dealing with this toxic lance-wielding skeleton. I guess Prince Ephraim, because he can killify anything. That's a word. I just decided it was. You can't convince me otherwise. Killify. That is a thing now. Cormag, you have a space where you can fit right there. Do that for me, would you? And Artur, hang out over here. Maybe attract one of those errant mages. Oh, never mind. That's still out of range for them. Amelia, move on up. And Calm, last but not least, you head over here. That is it for that turn. Up, going for loot. This is not going to end well for him, folks. Oh, and a gratuitous crit for the finish. That is one toasty dead shaman right there, folks. Okay. Speaking of dead shamans, I think it's our time to get Artur up another level. He's just hanging out at level 15. We can do better. You can probably kill this guy, too. I don't even know why I'm bothering to check. And what is that? In. That's interesting. Interesting. No pun intended. I don't actually know what the inn does. I'm kind of curious. I'll send Calm over there to investigate. I wonder if that dancer will ever come this way again. I don't know why, but her dances really pepped me up. Is that a euphemism for something? Even after a hard day's work, I felt as fresh as if I'd just woken up. It sure would be nice if she would dance for me again someday. Yeah, you know, I feel like maybe there's some sexual innuendo going on in this game. I feel like maybe that's what's happening with that dialogue there. Okay, vendor, arena, these are important. I am going to send Ephraim up here to deal with this bastard. This schmuck. And that should be that. Too bad I don't get the Toxin Lance from this guy. I would love to get a Toxin Lance. Not because I think it would be that handy. I mean, there aren't that many occasions where I would really want to poison enemies. Usually I just, you know, try to killify them outright. I don't care what you say, I'm using that as a word now. Usually I try to killify them outright. But I don't know, I just like the thought of having a Toxin Lance and being able to poison enemies. I just think that would be kinda cool. Amelia, you head over here. Franz, hang out over here. And Natasha, over here. Cool. Oh, I guess we could move loot up also, maybe.
Let's move over here. Okay, cool. End turn. See, the unfortunate thing about that is, even though he had only a 39% chance to deal 0 damage, he still could have poisoned Ephraim. I'm really glad he missed. And Ephraim gets a boost to his already pretty stellar defense. Can't say I didn't expect that. Calm dodges the attack. Also can't say I didn't expect that. And he's going for loot. I think he's tired of living, folks. That is the only explanation I can muster. And down goes that poor, helpless mage. And now the shaman. Now it's the shaman's turn to commit suicide. Attacking Artur with a 38% chance to deal 0 damage, and a 100% chance to take 24. More than his maximum hit points, and down he goes. Okay. Things are looking pretty good here, folks. Despite the truly enormous number of enemies that started out on this map, you know, their ranks are starting to look a little thin here. Artur, what are you? You're level 14 now. Lute is level 17. Holy cow. She is, like, way over-leveled. Which means that I'm going to send her up to the arena. What can I say? I'm cheap like that. Tana! What can you do here? No, that's too much. You'll kill him. See, I want to see if I can possibly do anything useful with Ewan. No, is the answer. Franz, maybe? No. 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 Is there anyone who can attack this guy and not kill him? Calm, maybe? No. No. Okay. Yeah, it looks like pretty much everyone is just going to straight up kill this guy if they attack him. Which means that he has to die. But that doesn't mean that I can't get off a gratuitous shot with Ewan first. I love those clumsy pupil animations. Those are just fantastic. 41 experience for that pathetic attack. I love it. Okay. Franz, you're really high level. Calm. You could use it a little more. Why don't you finish off this mage for me? And down he goes. Considering how awesome the mages that you get are in this game, I think it's a little ridiculous that the enemy mages are so bad by comparison. Okay, Laratel. Time for some free experience points. Heal Ewan, would you? Okay. Vendor. Oh, so this isn't an armory. This is a place to buy magic stuff. Is there anything I actually need here? Maybe some vulneraries. Just buy 2 or 3 of those. And... oh, what is this? It is a more powerful version of the stuff that Artur uses. And more powerful spells for loot. I think we're going to have to buy a couple of these. Yes, yes, send it to storage, blah, blah, blah. Yes, my hands are full, I don't care. Alright, cool. Nothing else, thanks. Yep, I'll drop in again. Super cool. Sweetness. Okay. You know what? I feel like this would be a great opportunity for me to go into the arena. You've seen it already, so I'm going to actually stop recording here for a second. I'm going to run up to the arena there, do a little bit of arena-ing, and then pick back up in just a minute. I'll see you in a second.